We're in Boston, and we're at the half of the NCAA Women's National Championship game, where Duke leads Maryland 38-28. Welcome back, everybody. Maryland, one of the best offensive teams in the country, but they shot 32% in the first half, 30% from three-point range. They had more turnovers and fewer rebounds. That means you're behind by 10, period.
Yeah, defense wins championships, and Duke's half-court defense against Crystal Langhorne in particular was outstanding. We talked about them doubling Langhorne and then getting good rotations out of it. Watch all of the white bodies. Everybody is constantly aware of where Maryland's best player is. On the catch, she had multiple bodies around her. Duke equally good on the offensive end. Watch Lindsey Harding. She was their leading scorer in the first half. They set her up, a little screen, a little UCLA cut, and an easy deuce. She is an opportunistic offensive player. She doesn't want shots, but she'll take them if you give them to her.
Here are the numbers the first half. Duke, a better field goal percentage, slight edge in rebounding, big edge in turnovers, 9-3 in steals, and they have dominated inside. And Maryland must improve, you would think, in virtually every one of those categories to make a second half comeback.
And let's remember this, and Stacey Dales touched on this in the pregame show. Maryland came into this ball game averaging 45 points in the paint throughout the course of the tournament. They are not getting it done inside.
Anisha Smith back in at that shooting guard spot. Here's Bales to Williams. And she got contact with Laura Harper, kept her focus, knocked it down.
That's her first make of the night. She is 0 for 4 in the first half, Misty Williams. Very uncharacteristic.
Langhorne trying to look for space. It just isn't there. Coleman, poor pass. Tough to throw it over Bales at 6'7". This one is knocked away, and it should... Oh, it's going to be a foul on Langhorne. I thought that was going to be a foul on Wanisha Smith. Smith had lost a dribble and couldn't touch it after that, or it would have been a turnover. Or no call, one or the other.
I thought no call.
Nobody had possession.
Yeah, that was a loose ball.
And this game has been very, very well officiated. Harding isolated on Tolliver. Nice screen, nice roll, missed shot. Williams got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. Let's go to Mark Jones. Mark?
Guys, a few moments ago, I asked head coach Brenda Frese what she told her Maryland crew at halftime. She said, Mark, I told them we've got to play harder and we've got to play smarter. We did neither one in the first half. And going out onto the court before they started the half, Laura Harper very vocal, saying, guys, let's bring the fire. Let's go. Back to you guys.
And Mark, they've only got 18 minutes and 33 seconds to do it with a championship on the line. Duran guarded by Smith. Tolliver goes baseline, and she's fouled by Harding. That'll be 2 on Lindsey Harding.
You don't see her give up baseline very often, Lindsey Harding. She's the ACC's Defensive Player of the Year. She's great on the ball and great off the ball.
Tolliver out of Harrisonburg, Virginia. The inbounder. Coleman tries to get it over Bales. No luck. Smith 1-on-2, waits for help. Curry drives, offensive foul, Monique Curry. That's 2 on her.
Maybe a bit of over-penetration. Shea Duran is exceptional at drawing charges. She once drew 6 in an international competition. Does a nice job beating the offensive player to their spots.
Harper with an interior defense has been great. Bales got a piece of that one. One pass too many by Curry. She had the shot and then commits the silly foul out of frustration, her third.
2 really good defensive plays by Shea Duran. She drew the charge and then in a 2-on-1 situation sort of played right between the ball, made them decision make, and that was good, solid basketball.
Curry with 3 will come out with 17:57 on the clock. Maryland is going to make plays like these. They have to take advantage of them at the other end. They're still down by a dozen. Talo, oh, pretty move. Bales is waiting, and somehow she got it under that outstretched arm.
That's straight isolation, and I'm surprised they ran it because you had 6-7 Bales waiting for you. But Towler specializes in getting to the rack.
And she loves that scoop shot. Bales 15 feet. Misty Williams. Harding open for three. Little strong. Bales tried to keep it alive. Maryland showing a little more toughness on the boards. Coleman, air ball on a three. Nice move here by Harding to settle things down a little bit. Bales got it.
Well, Stacey Dales talked about the fact that they get Allison Bales the ball in great situations. That's a case in point. They recognize one-on-one defense. They go right to that 6-7 side. Boy, she has played every bit of that height that she brings to the table.
She sure has, and better. Langhorne double team. Bales. She rarely gets in foul trouble because she's so smart. She puts her arms straight up in the air. Doesn't reach.
Well, this is a player who does a lot of different things for this team. They get her isolated. She's got the size advantage. Then she just bodies up.
Langhorne, no luck. Duran passed it a little bit late and point blank right into the face of Laura Harper. Guards really can't expect the post players to catch passes like that, can they?
No, they cannot.
Because the post players sure don't expect to catch them.
Well, if you have Courtney Paris from Oklahoma, you can throw it anywhere in the area code and she'll catch it for you.
What a freshman season she had. Goodness gracious. Pass a little soft to Bales. She couldn't come up with it, and then I believe Bales will get the foul against Langhorne. That'll be 2 on Allison Bales. Curry already on the bench with 3. Things seem to be going Maryland's way, but you look at the scoreboard, they're still down by 12.
Great defense by Duke again. Misty Williams comes over to the strong side of the floor, knocks it out of bounds.
Under 16 minutes to go. 42-30. Duke over Maryland.
More history in the making tonight in Boston. Duke leads Maryland 42-30. And look at the star watch. Allison Bales with 8 points compared to just 4 for Langhorne. The interesting thing about this, Maryland not aware of just what a big factor Allison Bales has become for this Duke team. In 3 regular season meetings, Allison Bales averaged just 5 points, 5 rebounds. But after a meeting with Gail Gessencourt, she turned her season around. Coach told her, we need you, as we see a turnover there in the NCAA tournament. Allison has responded to that and doubled her output, not just for points, but been much more effective on rebounds and averaging 5 blocks a game in the tournament. Maryland not aware of what a huge factor she's become for this Duke team.
Well, Holly, in fact, Gail Gessencourt traditionally coaches the guards. This year she made a change. She knew how important her post would be to a national championship hope, and she started working with the post players this year.
Well, whatever work she did with Bales has certainly paid off. She became a starter again half a dozen games ago. And this one tonight, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks, 5 altered shots, and heaven knows how many more that weren't taken at all because, you know, 6'7" Allison Bales is right in the middle.
How many times have they run plays away from Allison Bales? You saw the penetration play for Tolliver.
That's what Maryland needs. Shea Duran on a fast break layup. She has 8. They've cut the lead to 10. They've got to play in an open court.
Yeah, and Shea Duran is a player. When they trailed in their 1 win early in the regular season against Carolina, it was Duran who made plays and brought the energy. She's doing the same thing tonight.
Williams double teamed at the baseline, out to Foley for 3. And boy, what a killer that is.
You know, it's not necessarily how many threes, Mike. It's the times at which they come. Maryland made a push, and you spread them right back out with that 3 ball.
And it's the psychological part of it. You get really psyched up, make a steal. Things are going well, and then somebody hits a 3, and this is a foul as Duran goes down, and Abby Weiner didn't think she had committed the foul.
Mike, you made this point in the semifinal game. Jess Foley, a player who averaged over 30 minutes a game last year, a starter in 30 games. She's a spot player, but she does her job. And the fifth-year senior says, I see you. Go ahead and make those shots.
Duran hits the free throw. She is #1 in Maryland history with over 400 free throws made. These 5 starters are going to break a lot of Maryland records.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. This is a Maryland team that the Terrapin never sticks his head back in the shell. I don't think they're going down without a fight.
Wainer against Duran. Langhorn with the steal. 2-on-1. Langhorn with very few opportunities will take a drive and get the bucket and draw the foul on Lindsey Harding. Silly foul on Harding. She wasn't going to stop Langhorn.
No question. You can't draw a charge from underneath the orange. Starting to get a little bit sloppy. Great anticipation by the player who plays your center spot. And you are in absolute jail if you're Lindsey Harding. You cannot take a charge there. Concede the bucket. That's her 3rd personal foul. You've got 14 minutes. And if you're Gail Guest, of course, do you take her out maybe for a minute or 2? Yes, you do. Monique Curry going to come in the ballgame.
Langhorn, a 3-point play the old-fashioned way, 45-37. And whatever the coaches said to Maryland 2 or 3 minutes ago really got the defense cranked up, didn't it?
Yeah, this is a team that has a lot of mental toughness despite its age.
Foley wants a timeout. Gail Guestenkors will use 30 seconds trying to break this momentum. And Brenda Fries loves what she sees right now. They've cut the lead to 8, Doris.
Well, Langhorn does the job on the defensive end, turns it into points. Brenda Fries loving life, her team with a little bit of life.
The game is over. The game is not over. We still got 20 great minutes of basketball in us. And you know what they're doing right now when I walk down the hallway? They're celebrating. They're celebrating.
Coaches could sell you a used Libyan vehicle in the middle of the desert. They are great salespeople. They are great motivators. That was Brenda Fries at the half, and it's working right now. She has the lead down to 8. Duke led by as many as 13. Bales trying to work her way in. Curry, nice head fake to get to the baseline. The runner will not go. And unfortunately for Maryland, that's going to be a travel. Langhorn was on the floor, and Harper went right over top of her after she got the rebound.
I like the fact that they went to their 5th-year senior to get a bucket as that shot clock went under 10. But just back to that point about Brenda Fries, what she may have done best of all, Mike, is allow her kids this confidence, this. You know, coaches will tell you you've got to get players who buy into your system. Well, they buy it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Misty Williams in and out from the baseline. Langhorn had it. Foley took it away. Fresh 30 for Duke. Wainer to Bales. Boy, isn't that pretty?
You know,
nothing flashy.
No, just a solid step-through move. She's very patient. She does not try to rush moves. She catches the ball, she feels the defender with her back, and then she goes into what she wants to do.
And it's amazing. She doesn't get it knocked away from her when she brings the ball down around her waist. Nobody just able seemed to get to it. Newman. Langhorn using every opportunity. When she's only covered by one player, she is just deadly.
And that's it. You know what? They put her in a position where the quick double couldn't come. Her speed changed that play.
47-39, and the intensity level has really picked up.
Maryland went +4 when Monique Curry was on the bench with that foul trouble. Let's see what they do with Lindsey Harding on the bench.
Curry just inside the three-point line. Tolliver with a rebound. Harper almost lost it. Oh, a nice pass by Tolliver. Harper open and banks it in. They cut it to 6. Harper has 11. Here come the Terps.
Great play. A nice soft drop pass on the double and a nice use of the window by Laura Harper.
When Tolliver uses a bounce pass, she has tremendous success as a point guard. Duran on a run against Weiner. Short, Bales with a rebound. That would have been huge. That would have cut it to 4 points. Foley is open, a little short jump shot, and he hit it. Nice pass by Curry. Saw her teammate with an easy shot and found her.
Nice, confident shot. 2-on-2, and Foley the courage to shoot that jump shot. And Weiner, the great challenge to prevent Duran getting an easy one.
That's a 4-point turnaround there with the miss at one end, the basket at the other. Harper, nice drive. Langhorne, excellent pass. 13 for Harper. Remember, Harper had 24 against North Carolina.
What did Gail Gestencourt say to Holly Rowe as they went off? A couple of times we were slow in our rotation. Maryland burned us. That was a case in point just then.
Foley against Duran. Curry, free for a second, got it to Bales. 12 points for Allison Bales. As far as I'm concerned, she's the most valuable player in this tournament.
No, there's no question about it. She has been able to change the game on both ends. A good play to get Monique Curry the ball with her back to the basket.
Tolliver, tough shot. Halfway down, came out. Holy cow, what a great shot. And it just wouldn't fall for her.
Laura Harper was sensational against Carolina in the semifinal. She does a nice job here in the second half, bringing all that energy and passion that she plays with. The drop pass between defenders. Go ahead, use the window, Laura Harper. We see you. That's pretty stuff on the offensive end. Then the bounce pass, slow rotation. Good cut to the rim by Laura Harper. Brenda Fries is feeling the momentum. They are right back in this thing.
The Pontiac game-changing performance of the tournament goes to the Duke defense. They shut down Simone Augustus in the national semifinal en route to this championship game. Pontiac is proud to award $5,000 to the Duke University General Scholarship Fund. And they've done the job again tonight, Doris. As you predicted, they would double-team Crystal Langhorne at every opportunity, and they have made her offensive night a nightmare.
Yeah, and to get back in this thing, it all has started with the defensive end, not the offensive end for Maryland. Shea Duran made a couple of defensive plays that got her team energized. Langhorne then makes the strip, got herself to the free throw line. And when you're struggling to find offense, as Langhorne has, getting yourself to this spot right here is exactly what you hope to do.
Langhorne will shoot the 1-and-1. And misses the front end. 2 points go away there. Harding back in working with the 3 fouls. Tolliver will take her in the man-to-man. Foley. Nice penetration by Harding. Missed the shot. Langhorne with a rebound. Tied up by Harding. The arrow gives it to Maryland. Tolliver looking to Brenda Fries, see what set she wants. Tolliver for 3, yes! Tolliver has 7, the lead is cut to 5.
She is so good. When they set that high ball screen, she looks for her offense. You better go over the screen and have a contest hand up.
Newman is pleading her case. She's going to be called for a foul away from the ball. That'll be 3 on Ashley Newman, the sophomore from Tennessee.
Put your 2 best offensive players in a high screen and roll, and the defense doesn't react quickly enough. You've got to come a lot harder than that if you're Lindsey Harding.
Curry loses the ball. A turnover. Here come the Terps. They have numbers. Coleman, tough shot. She made it. Holy cow, they're back within 3.
Coleman is so dangerous. She's explosive off the bounce. She has not played a great basketball game, but she's got her legs back and special off the dribble.
Gail Gestencourt has seen enough. She wants to talk about it. Can't afford to wait to the TV timeout. She calls time at 9:32.
Now, this is a young Terrapin squad, but they are not lacking for mental toughness. Coleman uses that great size. Once she gets into the gap, she's going to elevate over a lot of people, and that little bit of a lean back creates enough space that that's an easy shot.
Maryland was down by as many as 13. That would tie the second biggest comeback ever. Louisiana Tech against Auburn in '88 came back from 14 down.
And you know what? Our studio show talked earlier, I believe it was Trey Wingo, he said, you know what? You can have pressure because of youth. You know, do you fold in the big moment? Or you can have the pressure and the weight of expectation. Well, this is a Duke team that operates under the weight of expectation. They have done everything, as I said, as a program, except win the national title. As this last couple of minutes plays out, who feels the pressure more and who responds to it?
Curry, great pass by Bales.
Mike, every time Duke has needed a bucket, they've run their offense through Curry. She got shots earlier for Bales. That time a great read and goes back door.
Curry has really stepped up tonight. She's been so in control, so good. Coleman, another tough shot. Coleman has come alive.
You know what? She's very capable. As I said, 48% three-point shooter. So you have a choice. You go out and contest hard, but that's where that dribble drive opens up. And boy, does she elevate and get shots.
Shante Black is in, so they go with the big double post. Looking for Bales. She's guarded by Langhorne. Tough shot, and they're going to call Langhorne for the foul.
Well, Monique Curry, the fifth-year senior, has been stellar all night long. They run her. She curls off the screen. She's going to keep moving. So they curl her first. Then they try to use Bales. The over-denied. Just a great read. Over-denied, go back door. And Marissa Coleman, tough shot. I mean, that's fading away with a defender in your face.
This will be the first free throw for Duke in the entire second half. They hit 10 out of 13 in the first half. And Bales knocks it down. She is nearly a 79% free throw shooter.
This is the difference with Gail Gestencourt. She has made a concerted effort to give a more relaxed presence to her team. That's why she's sitting over there on the sideline, Mike, as opposed to up and pacing.
She has won 79% of her games in 14 years at Duke. She has been a brilliant coach in Durham. And this has turned into the kind of a game we expected all night. Tolliver again. Tipped away, taken by Bales. Out of the corner, Wayner. Bodies flying. Maryland loses it out of bounds. They wanted a foul call and won't get it. But they will maintain possession.
Duke goes back to their man-to-man defense, and look at this, starting to heat up on the offensive end.
After that dreadful start. Durant, Perry, got it.
Jade Perry did not take a shot in the semifinal, but she gives them great assistance off the bench. Comes with that big frame, very polished around the rim.
She has 4 tonight, and it is a 3-point game with 7.5 left. Bales. Got that soft touch. Allison Bales, 16 points.
That's 6'7", going against 6'1".
What a tough shot by Tolliver, and all at once Maryland taking off-balance fadeaways and making all of them.
Christy Tolliver has a toughness and a presence about her that you do not see often in someone her age.
Another isolation for Bales. She'll go with a right hand this time, and missed. 4-on-1. Jump shot is good by Coleman. It's a 1-point game. Coleman was looking to pass. Didn't have a good angle, but she had a wide open shot.
And rebounders in position.
Harding, nice hesitation, dribble, and she'll draw the foul.
Christy Tolliver on the all-freshman team in the ACC. She is a score-first mentality. mentality from the point guard position. And she, as well as Coleman, can fade on the jump shot and make shots. And Marissa Coleman, great energy, great toughness. We have got ourselves a ball game.
6.5 minutes to go for a national championship. It's a 1-point game, and Holly Rowe has been eavesdropping. Holly.
Well, in the Duke huddle just now, senior Misty Williams looked at her teammates and looked at the scoreboard. She said, quit looking at the scoreboard. They're only up by 1, but what she wants her teammates focusing on right now is each and every possession, not the scoreboard. She wants a quality possession each time. Gail Gessencourse then came over and she said, hey, it's gut check time. It's okay. They've made some tough shots. Let's just keep playing good defense so they don't get the easy ones.
Thanks, Holly Harding at the free throw line. Missed the first, will get another. And when people say Gail Gessencourse has not won a national championship, this is only her 4th Final Four. It's not like she's been here for 12 years in a row and has failed to win one.
Well, it's amazing how many times people say, oh, this one can't win the big one, that one can't win the big one. They said that about Roy Williams. They said it about Pat Summitt. They said it about Mike Krzyzewski. She will get her national championship, whether it's tonight or in the future. She has done too much right as a head coach.
And they, as usual, were wrong. They normally are. Duran draws the foul. She'll go to the line, a chance to tie up the game.
Now, Misty Williams, I like her point. I like that. You don't focus on the score. You can't play not to lose. You got to play and make plays.
The big foul there, number 4 on the senior out of Washington, D.C., Monique Curry. Duran, an 82% free throw shooter. Tied. Maryland has come from 13 down to tie the game.
I think this is a very brief respite for Monique Curry. I don't think you can keep her on the bench for long.
6:08 and counting. And Maryland really cranking up the man-to-man defensive pressure. Can they get the ball inside to Bales or Williams? Well, Bales isn't in there now. Shante Black. And the rebound goes to Coleman.
Harding, like the first half, has gotten into the lane. The difference, she has not finished plays once she's gotten in there in this second 20 minutes, Mike.
Coleman gets the screen, goes with a crossover, back to Langhorne. She is fouled by Shante Black. That's a good foul by Black. She wasn't going to give up the chippy, but she picks up her 3rd.
Duke has been nowhere near as good in their rotations in the second half as they were in the first half. And like I suspected, Curry would be on the bench. Watch this. They come with a hedge by Misty Williams. Well, Shante Black is way too late to come over and assist him. She's got to be there on the catch when Langhorne comes.
Maryland has not led in this game since it was 2-1. Langhorne with a chance to give them a lead here, and as you guessed, Curry is right back in the ballgame. So is Allison Bales. They can rest tomorrow. Langhorne makes the second one. Maryland takes the lead with 5:22 to go.
Monique Curry has got to be careful here. She's been great. As you said, she's let the game come to her. You don't want to pick up an offensive foul trying to get to the rim.
Bales missed the shot but draws the foul. 4 on Langhorne. And as good as she might be, she's 6'2", and Bales is 6'7".
And she's gotten in trouble twice. She almost throws that upper torso into Allison Bales. She's trying to contest and make up for a lack of size, but you've just got to stay vertical.
Bales is 2 for 2 tonight. You see the 4th on Langhorne. Goes through the same routine every time. Ties it at 59. Jade Perry will come back in. Langhorne will come out. You'd have to guess she won't be out long either.
No, this is a very quick, hey, you've got 5. There's Jeff Walsh, got 5. And that's exactly See what he did there? He talked about her upper torso. He said, you're throwing your chest into her. Just stay vertical.
60-59. Duke by 1. Tolliver against Hardy. Coleman, pull-up jumper, a little strong. Offensive rebound to Maryland and a foul. Misty Williams? No, Lindsey Harding. That's 4 on Lindsey Harding. Foul starting to pile up. Harper, the worst free throw shooter of the Maryland starters. 3 out of 4 tonight on the season, 68%. Too strong on that one. Maryland giving away points at the free throw line.
Now, this might be a battle of attrition. Duke with 2 players with 4 fouls. Chauncey Black with 3. Harper's got a funny hitch, it looks like, in this free throw. Watch the end of that shot. That is a funky delivery right there.
Almost has that Langhorne follow through. Tied at 60. Well, you saw the foul trouble. They could ill afford to lose Harding or Curry. Those guys are irreplaceable. First time Bales has really looked out of kilter or off balance in this tournament. She didn't look smooth on that.
No, lack of patience. She has the size advantage, but at the end of the move, it's like she rushed it. She didn't have to rush. She never got her shoulders square.
But the possession error on the tie-up gives it back to Duke. Curry with a deep inbound to Harding. A fresh 30 on the shot clock for the Blue Devils. Curry against a double team. Got the roll.
Mike, I thought she got away with an offensive foul before she made the move into the shot. Great execution to get her the basketball, but I thought she got away with an off-arm push.
And she's playing with 4. Harper. She gets the roll. 16 for Laura Harper. No quarter asked, none given now. Curry had the pass behind her, barely able to save it. Harding penetrates, blocking foul called against Maryland. Duran very slow to get up. That's her 3rd foul. They're going to take this one to the wire. Tied at 62. A national title on the line. 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go for a national championship. We are tied at 62. This is fun.
This is great. Keep in mind as we go down the stretch here, Maryland in games decided by single digits. Their record is 9-1, Mike. Their only loss back in November 26th to Tennessee in a tournament in the U.S. Virgin Islands. They've also won 5 overtime games, 4 of those on the road, 1 in a neutral court. So this is a team, despite its youth, that has played well in tight situations.
Lindsey Harding has 2 points in this half after 13 in the first. Here's Holly Rowe.
It was a very emotional Duke huddle. Misty Williams, the senior, was screaming, "This is it. We have worked too hard for this. We have worked too hard to go home, what, empty-handed?" You get the feeling that Duke is not going to settle for that. Their coach, Gail Gessencourt, said, just focus on one stop at a time.
And Holly, there is always a sense of desperation for the seniors. Bales with the outlet to Curry. Ahead of the pack, and Duran with a hard foul, but a great job to prevent the layup. Both players go down hard. Shea Duran gave it up to prevent Curry to get the easy layup.
Well, the shot was taken awfully early by Tolliver and leaked out by Monique Curry. And you're right, this is a great play. Make sure you make a play on the ball so they can't call it intentional.
There's not anybody out there who's going to back down. Not one of them. Curry at the line where she is 6 out of 7 tonight, trying to build the lead, and does. Maryland fought so hard to get back in this game. They'd been down by as many has 13. Was that their run, or do they have something left? 16 points for Curry. The lead is 4.
Duke stays in their man-to-man defense. Let's see if on the entry pass they double Langhorne or don't double her.
Langhorne underneath. If she's been singled, she scores.
Yeah, it's amazing how well Maryland passes. There does not seem to be a lot of spacing, but they find the gaps in the seams.
And those frontline players have good hands to be able to catch those passes, too. Bales inside to Williams. Little handoff, and Curry scores. Nice cut.
Well, she has just been so assertive at all the appropriate times, Monique Curry. Nice curl cuts.
She has 18 points. Langhorne looking for space. Newman, no, and Bales with a rebound. Newman altered that shot, or Bales altered that shot and got a 9th rebound. Working on another double-double, and with blocks, maybe a triple-double in a championship game.
They're going to flatten.
2 minutes.
Yeah, they'll flatten things out. Almost go 1-4 across.
Weiner just rolls off the rim. Coleman brings it up under pressure. Maryland wants a 30-second timeout with only 1:43 to go. Doris, you played in so many big games. I mean, the pressure, it's just got to be unbelievable right now on these kids.
Yeah, I don't think there's no question. For Monique Curry, they have been looking for her offense, Mike, and wisely so. She's the most experienced player, so you go through her. Misty Williams, good patience. She curls right down the lane, very opportunistic. I think this is an exceptional timeout by Brenda Fries. You absolutely need a score here, so spread your offense out. Here's our Harley-Davidson game track. It is a 4-point game right now. Maryland, 1 out of 8 at the start, 13 out of 19 cents. Bales, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks when you include altered shots. She does have a triple-double, although that's not an official stat. It is an important factor. We talked about their national championship hopes skyrocketing if she was able to maintain her level. She's actually raised her level.
Yeah, she has. Every possession now huge for Maryland. Tolliver, who has protected the ball so much better tonight than she did in the semifinals.
This is where they like that back screen for Crystal Langhorne at times. Here it is. There's the set.
Duran to Harper. Rimmed out, and Weiner with a rebound.
I'll tell you what, that was a straight back screen for Crystal Langhorne, something they used with great effectiveness against North Carolina. Duke guarded it well when they needed to.
Duke trying to use the clock here. Tougher with a 30-second shot clock, obviously, than it is 35. Curry so in control. Nearly traveled there. Shot clock at 4. It's up to Harding. Jumper short, and players collide, and this is going to be a foul on Williams. And Misty Williams with a big reaction, and one of the Shea Duran is the injured Maryland player. She's still down and in obvious pain. Take a look and see if we can tell what happened. They were off the ball. Got their arms tangled up. Ooh.
And that's where the foul was called. It was on the throwdown by Misty Williams. See, she pulls her down hard.
Well, I guess you had to call something, but if their arms get tangled up, I don't know how you determine who gets it.
It's a great point, but what the official saw, Shea Duran actually was the one to link arms, Mike, but
right.
What the official saw was the react by Williams. And
that's why Misty Williams really upset by the call, and why Shea Duran, who got the worst of the contact. She got body slammed into the floor.
It is why coaches tell you not to retaliate, Mike, because the official doesn't necessarily always see the first.
Sure.
It's the second part of a play they'll see.
And she was holding that right elbow like it had hit the floor and she had lost feeling in her hand. And there's mom and dad, who are obviously concerned from a very athletic background, is Shea Duran.
And you want her shooting these shots. She's 82% from the free throw line, but she is not going to be able to do it.
And you have the choice as a coach to pick anybody to shoot the free throws for an injured player. The bigger question for Maryland is going to be, can Duran come back in the ballgame, whether she shoots the free throws right now or not, because they're going to need her. And they hope that feeling comes back, if that's what it is, in her hand.
Well, Tolliver is actually even better from the free throw line, 89%.
I think what Brenda Fries may have been asking, can I have Tolliver shoot the free throws and then bring Duran back in the ball game? And I don't think there's anything in the book that says you can't. That would be perfectly legal.
And you want her on the floor because she's
Exactly.
the player most capable on the defensive end of picking up charges. She does a lot of very good things on that side of the ball.
But if the rules allow you, you would have to call a timeout to get her in the game if no time ran off the clock. But if the rules allow this, there's nothing wrong with it. You pick your best free throw shooter and say, you go get them. Then call a 30-second timeout and get her back on the floor.
It looks like it's her hand that's hurting. I thought it was the upper part of her arm. But it looks
she was holding her elbow like it had gone numb. She already has the outer two fingers on her left hand taped together. And they'll put Newman at the line, who is a 74.5% free throw shooter and has not tried one tonight. This I don't understand.
Right with Tolliver on the floor.
And she misses.
And now they're taping up Shea Duran's right elbow.
Made 1 out of 2. It is a 3-point game. And Duran up on her feet on the Maryland bench, yelling out encouragement toward her teammates. 27-second difference in the game clock and shot clock. Weiner kicks it out. Trying to use every second. They get it into Misty Williams. She missed the shot. Weiner got the rebound with 35 seconds to go in the game, and she's fouled. How huge was that?
That is a tough time not to check out.
Foul was on Tolliver, her second.
And obviously you need at least one to make this a 2-possession game.
And Weiner, as great a long-distance shooter as she is, only 69.2% from the line. Missed that one. Maryland basketball.
I think you go right inside for an easy deuce unless you get a quick, uncontested three.
Tolliver, tough shot, and she made it. Oh, man, you go down, look for an easy shot. No, I'll take a spinning fadeaway from 16 feet when we're down by 3 for a national title. How about that?
Well, the most important thing is that you get a quick hitter. You can't take a lot of time. You want multiple shot opportunities. You want as many possessions as you can get. But how about the toughness of that kid? This is a shot she shoots quite a bit, that fadeaway jump shot.
25.1 seconds to go. Is your strategy now go for the steal and commit the foul if you don't get it?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody is up, denying passing lanes, Mike. You're trying to funnel the basketball to the worst free throw shooter on Duke's team. Obviously, you've discussed this as a staff. Whoever is the worst free throw shooter on the team, and in this case, you get a double bonus. Misty Williams, you try to let her be the one to catch the inbounds pass. You foul her immediately. Sometimes you're not that lucky, and you have to foul if you don't get the steal.
It's also the thought that you would go after Abby Weiner because she missed the last time at the line. regardless, you've got to commit the foul and give yourself as much time as possible, because if Duke makes one, you can tie with a 2-point field goal. If Duke makes two, you have to go for the 3. I think.
Yeah, Duke just used a 30. They want to make absolutely certain that their inbounds play is set. And I think obviously you're going to try to direct this pass to the best free throw shooters, and that's what Gail gets before it's going over.
The coaches, as we've reported many times, always say to their kids, go out and have fun. It's been a lot of fun for us. I don't know how much fun they're having right now. The tension's a little tough.
Yeah, no question. And you get Monique Curry as your inbounds passer.
Harding kicks it ahead to Foley. Got to find somebody, finally do. Harper commits her 4th foul, and that'll send Foley to the line. She's an 82.4% shooter. The only problem with Jessica Foley, she has only been to the line 17 times all year long. So she's not very experienced in that department.
Great execution, though. You use Allison Bales, 6'7", as your safety, and you get it right back to Curry. Just smart coaching. Floor was spread. Perfect by Duke.
Got to first. She cannot make it a 2-possession game. The best Duke can have at the end of this is a 3-point lead.
You're going offense, defense substitutions.
Foley at the line. Came over from Australia to play her college ball at Duke. Hits the second one. The lead is 3.
You can still go for 2 unless you get an uncontested 3, and they're going to set the play from the sideline. Good timeout.
Well, we have 15.4 seconds to go. The thing I don't like going for 2 is, say it takes you 5 seconds to get off your shot, and you make the 2-point shot, you're down by 1, you have to foul. Most of these people are so good from the line. It's going to be a 3-point basket coming back the other way after their possession with maybe 8 seconds to go, so you got to rush it.
It has to be a very quick hit if you go for the deuce, no question. And then
that's why I like a 3 now. You've at least got time to set it up and get a good one.
And you saw on that last graphic that they have 4 options, Maryland, 4 very good options. 4 different players have made at least 46 threes. That's Coleman, Newman, Duran, and Tolliver. So you have plenty of options if you're Brenda Freeze.
And especially when you're the #1 3-point shooting team in the country. They shoot 40.1%. That's been #1 this year. What a way to come down to the final 15-4. If they want the 3, who do you want to give it to?
Yeah, well, I think obviously if you're Duke defensively, one of the things they do in late ball games is they run their blitz defense. And what I mean by that, Mike, is they switch every screen, whether it's light position guard to guard or guard to post. They don't care. They're switching every screen. They call it their blitz.
Maryland has used its last timeout. Duke has 1 left. Tolliver. Well, they've got to go for 3 now. Tolliver looking for screen. She fires. Got it! Holy cow, what a shot! Harding back the other way. Got it off. We'll go to overtime. What kind of guts is that? Tolliver, the freshman point guard, worked and worked and worked. Finally had to take it with a hand of her face, hand in her face, and she buried it anyway.
Her father was an NBA rep. She grew up around the game. Guess who she idolized? Mr. Michael Jordan. Well, taking a page out of MJ's book, they run her off a high screen. Great play call. You needed the 3. You put it in the hands of your playmaker. And this is a high screen. Then they set her off another screen. Steps back and in the face of 6'7" Allison Bales. Sticks it.
And Allison Bales wasn't just standing there either. And then Harding nearly makes the baseline shot at the buzzer. But Tolliver with a cold-blooded, in-your-face, 3-point jump shot. Nothing but net. How good is that? We're tied at 70, and we've got free basketball from the national championship in Boston. A clutch three-point shot has put Maryland in overtime against Duke as they play for a national championship. What a ball game.
These teams combined 7-0 in overtime. Maryland 5-0, Duke 2-0.
1991 was the last overtime game in the NCAA Women's Championship. Bales and Harper to jump center.
Remember the Duke foul trouble. You've got a couple of players on the floor playing with four, Harding and Curry.
Good quick pass from Harding. Curry leans into the lane, tries to get the rebound and does, but travels. Everybody willing to leave it all out there. Duran caught up in a double team, has to make a bad pass and turns it over.
Yeah, too anxious to get rid of the basketball. And you know what? Her teammates need to step up and become an option for her. They need to get in her vision.
You know, sometimes after that tremendous emotional effort by both clubs as the clock is ticking down, you go to overtime and everybody's a little flat. That's going to be on Misty Williams.
Yep, she clearly threw that shoulder into the defensive player. And what officials will tell you, Mike, is if you see that upper torso of an offensive player get thrown into the defender, and watch what she does. I mean, she just clearly goes right over that left shoulder. A nice job by Langhorne to make the official blow the whistle.
So 3 on Williams, almost everybody in foul trouble. Both teams trying to find their rhythm again here in overtime. Coleman. Harper, offensive rebound, couldn't hold it. The nerves may be tightening ever so slightly right now. Shot clock at 10 for Harding. Wayner got carried. I was going to say she got away with one. A late call, but they got her for carrying the basketball.
That's twice in the same possession that she mishandled the basketball. So clearly nerves having an impact. I don't think you can go away from Harding or Curry when that shot clock approaches 10. You've got to keep the ball in their hands. They're best off the dribble.
Duke already with 3 turnovers in the overtime period. Nobody has scored. Harper. Oh, what a tough shot over Bales, and she's tied up by Langhorne. Possession arrow gives it to Maryland.
Outstanding play by Allison Bales to contest that shot, Mike, and then turn and pursue the rebound.
And Harper had to fade away so drastically to be open. It wasn't a good shot at all. Duran got in too close. Bales with another rebound. 4 possessions, 3 turnovers. Not what you want.
It almost feels like Duke's trying to be too careful on the offensive end.
Yep.
Someone needs to be assertive and make a play here.
Bales, Langhorne on her. Wants to go to that left hand, nearly threw it away. 2 on the shot clock. Curry! Under the gun! Knocked it down. 20 for Curry.
Every time something positive has happened tonight, Monique Curry seems to be involved in the action.
She has had a magnificent game. Duran off balance. She's drilled. Is that Bales? It's her 3rd if it is.
Allison Bales tries to make a pass because she doesn't have a shot. Then Williams, the kick to Curry, wise decision. You don't have any time left. A little smile on her face as she goes back to guard.
Duran 4 out of 4 from the line now. 5 out of 5. 13 points. She can tie the game with 2 minutes to go, and does. I'm surprised Tolliver hasn't taken a shot in the overtime, especially after making that wonderful three to tie it up.
Maryland is a team that plays so much man-to-man. They do not switch often, and they stick with it here.
Bodies flying. Bales was open for a second as Langhorne went down. Curry, good head fake jumper, got it. Monique Curry with that wonderful shooter's touch.
Great screen by Misty Williams to free the shooter.
22 points for Curry. Tolliver against Harding. Wayner, good defense against Duran, who then switches to the left hand. What a move by Shea Duran, who has 16.
Great patience by Duran. Abby Wayner did a pretty good job cutting off dribble penetration. It was the step-through move that got her by.
1 minute to go in overtime. Harding. Boy, that's a tough pass to Misty Williams, and Duke loses it out of bounds. Nice penetration by Harding, but a point-blank difficult pass to handle.
Yeah, even though she's gotten into the lane in the second half and now overtime of this basketball game, she hasn't done good things. She either hasn't finished or hasn't completed passes.
13 on the shot clock, 54.1 on the game clock. Curry to inbound. Now the scoring table has a question. Gail Gestincourt's got an explanation, but now the Maryland bench wants one.
Well, I think what Brenda Fries wants to know is why was there stoppage in the play there? I mean, Gail Gestincourt was conversing with her players.
Curry got it back. Nice play by Bales. She couldn't control it, but tipped it. Misty Williams with a miss. Bales with a follow and a foul. The Maryland players asking for a tie-up, but they won't get it.
Well, Monique Curry gets into the lane. It's Misty Williams from that high post, unable to complete. But how about Allison Bales going after the basketball? Great pursuit, rebounding out of her area. That's good stuff.
And now Misty Williams will have to go to the bench. Apparently she has blood on her leg. And you can't have any open wound, so they're going to take a 30-second timeout. And that will give her a chance to have that treated and stay in the ballgame if they choose to do that. Fresh 30 again for Duke. And Bales will go to the free throw line with 47 seconds to go.
Well, we've talked about Gail Gestincourt doing everything right for her program except that national title. The most wins without a title. Andy Landers tops that list at Georgia with 43. Gail Gestincourt is next on the list. 47 seconds away. Perhaps.
Perhaps. She's won 364 games at Maryland, 79%, or at Duke, 79%. And here's the one that sent it into overtime as Tolliver had to get the shot off. She did with under 7 seconds to go, made it. Harding nearly won it at the other end, but time expires in a tie. And Tolliver will remember that shot for the rest of her career, no matter how long she plays competitive basketball. And a 13-point deficit is what Maryland overcame, descended into overtime. That ties the second biggest comeback ever. USC did that. Louisiana Tech holds the record at 14 when they came back to beat Auburn for a national title.
Well, Allison Bales' pursuit of the basketball gets her to the free throw line. You're obviously hoping to make two. And obviously you got to set your defense. I would think, Mike, that they're going that blitz defense, switch all screens.
For live stats and game recaps from all rounds of every championship, go to NCAAsports.com. It's the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships.
Duke is 21 of 26 from the free throw line.
And Bales has made all of hers tonight. Let's go to Mark Jones. Mark?
Guys, Brenda Freese planning ahead a little bit. They're talking about potentially going 2 for 1 when they get the ball after these free throws, and that whoever Allison Bales is guarding is going to be involved in a high screen. Christy Tolliver is going to try and take it down and do her thing with it. Then they got to get back and play defense. Back to you guys.
Mike, I love that. Gino Auriemma and I were talking at the regional in Bridgeport. He said, I always want the ball at the end of the game. Give me a chance. So that's why the 2 for 1. You see that an awful lot in the NBA.
Bales misses the second free throw. It's a 1-point game. Tolliver trying to get away from Harding, trying to use that screen at the top of the circle, and Harding couldn't get all the way around the screen, commits the personal, and she is fouled out of this game. Tough break for Harding. Looked like she caught a hip coming around the screen and crashed into Tolliver.
Well, she was not about to go under the screen, Mike. Tolliver has already burned them on a high ball screen, a stagger screen. This time she's got to get above it, and she understands that. But in doing so, she commits this. Now, I've got to believe it's either Jess Foley or Wanisha Smith coming off the bench for Gail Gestencourse.
Smith with a reputation as a better defensive player. Foley, obviously, pretty good shooter. And it's going to be Foley. But now Tolliver with a chance to give Maryland the lead. This is her first trip to the free throw line. She is an 88.7% free throw shooter. She is the person you want at the line.
No hesitation. Catch and shoot right there.
A freshman point guard who made the shot of her life to send this game into overtime. Makes 2 free throws. Maryland by 1.
You got to give yourself more than 1 shot to win this if you're Duke. I go early offense here.
3-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Who else? Bales kicks it out to Weiner. 14-foot runner, no.
Got a foul.
Maryland basketball, the foul with 13-4. Marissa Coleman came out with that rebound. She wasn't about to give it up. Going to be on Bales, her 4th. This will be one of those games where you have to say whoever loses, your heart's going to go out to them because they have left everything on the floor. Both teams. They just played their hearts out.
And again, Mike, it will only, even with 2 made free throws, be a 1-possession game.
And you've got some good 3-point shooters from Maryland as well. Harding is the best one at 41.8. She's fouled out of the ball game. Curry, who had only shot 42 coming in, is a better percentage shooter, but not nearly as prolific. Wanisha Smith would probably be, under other circumstances, one you'd like to go to, but she's been in a horrible shooting slump from outside.
Yeah, she has not played well, has not looked comfortable at all on the floor tonight, so I don't think Gail Gestencourse will go in that direction. The thing that was concerning, we had that replay shot of Monique Curry. She looked absolutely stunned that they had lost the lead.
Yeah.
You have to understand as a basketball player that 13.4 seconds is an absolute eternity. And regardless of whether both free throws are made here, you're in the ball game, Monique. This is still an opportunity for you to win it. You'd obviously need the 3.
But it's an eternity when you're ahead.
Yes.
The clock just barely goes. When you're behind, it's like that. At least it seems.
Yeah, no question. And I like if she misses free throws here, 1 or both. Go right to the rim, Mike, because Maryland does not want to foul. Obviously, they're going to try to contest shots. Your defensive plan changes, obviously, based on what happens at the free throw line. Should she make both, you can sell out on the perimeter, make sure you contest and take away any opportunity of a 3-point basket.
The other very willing 3-point shooter is Abby Weiner. who has played very, very well in the tournament. Coleman will go to the line, and it's her first try. She's an 83% free throw shooter. As a player, you would like to look back and say, well, I made a couple in the first half, made one earlier this half, but she doesn't have the opportunity. Makes the first.
And Duke has used its last timeout, so you do not have another one here to get things organized. You have had to do it in your last huddle.
Can two freshmen, two sophomores, and a junior starter win a national championship? They're right on the verge of it now. The youngest team you'll ever see playing for a title is up by 3 with 13.4 to go in overtime.
I like Wayner on the catch, send Curry and Foley deep into the corners for a three-point shot.
And Curry has been so good tonight. Like to see her get the ball. Wayner's got to get it up. Foley under 3. Foley has to force it. No! Maryland's done it! For Brenda Freeze, the 84th game she has won at Maryland. It is a game she and her players will never, ever forget.
What a progression. From 10 and 18 her first year to a national championship in her 5th.
And Duke denied once again by a courageous performance by the Terps. And somebody will have a headline tomorrow. It was a shell of an effort.
That's a good one. I'll tell you this, the Terrapin did not stick its head inside the shell despite the double-digit deficit. They hung tough. They believed in their coach's message at the half.
And you got to believe if you're down by 13, I mean, this is a huge deficit in the championship game. The coaching staff did a great job in letting these kids use their natural ability and come back from that deficit.
And how about their ability to finish the game off in overtime? They went 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Duran, Tolliver, and Coleman each went 2 for 2. So under duress with a national championship hanging in the balance, those young kids came through.
Let's go to Mark Jones.
Christy Tolliver, you hit the big three-pointer to send it into overtime, a clutch shot. Take us through the play. How did you manage to get it over Allison Bailey?
You know, we had just a lot of screens that we wanted to get, and you know, Allison, she stepped up, and I even felt her fingertips as I was holding my follow-through. So she did a great job contesting. But you know, I just had a lot of confidence, and I knew I wanted to take the big shot, so I took it.
What was the thinking defensively guarding them on the three-point attempt at the end of the game?
Definitely, you know, we had to defend the arc. They got a lot of great shooters. We had to protect inside and out because they killed us from the inside.
Congratulations. Let's go to Holly Rowe with Brenda Freeze.
Coach Freeze, your team is perfect in overtime. What were you thinking in that last overtime?
I didn't have to say a word. They just know overtime is their time. They play with so much confidence. But I'll tell you, no team deserved to lose this game. Duke played a heck of a game. And I'll tell you, it's just unfortunate that any team had to lose. That was a great game.
How do you describe this young team winning and you as a young coach getting it done?
Age is just a number. When you got kids that believe and they believe in each other, they've got that kind of confidence, you can accomplish anything as a team. I mean, it's just unbelievable to see what they've done this season.
All right, thanks very much.
What a moment. The final score, 78-75 in overtime. One of the great games we have seen in the women's tournament. Now let's join Trey Wingo